Okay. Very good morning to all. I welcome you for the next lecture related to production and operation management. Friends, we are discussing our chapter number 1. We have already discussed about the introduction, then various production systems, then various that make to order, make to assemble, and the systems related to production. We have discussed production system, and now we are last lecture we have discussed about the types of production, that is job order production. Yesterday we have discussed about the batch order production and mass production. So just have a review. It is the job passes through functional department in lots or batches. I have given an example of medical for line, and we have discussed this. Then further, we have discussed the characteristics, that when it will be used, what are the advantages of batch type, then what are the limitations of batch type. Then we have discussed about this mass production. So in this particular mass production, discrete parts or assemblies in a continuous production, very large volume as compared to previous two cases. So line or product layout is used specialized as per the requirement, and product and process both are standardized. So these are the different features. Then we have discussed some of these examples, that how we can call it as mass production. Then we have discussed about the characteristics, the advantages, that higher rate of production, reduced cycle time, then higher capacity utilization, less skill of operator is required, low in process inventory, and as an effect of all about these whatever 4 factors, we can say that manufacturing cost per unit is low. Then limitations. Limitations, that if any one machine will fail, then definitely it will stop the complete production system. So failure of one machine, entire production will get hampered. Then line layout, what is specialized layout is, it requires the changes. If the product design is changed, it requires a lot of changes to be accommodated if the design is changed. Then high investment in production facilities as compared to job order and batch type, and the cycle time is determined by the slowest operation. For one operation, if more time is required, then the cycle time is governed by that particular operation. So let us move further, friends. So let us discuss the next type, and I can say the last bit of this chapter, so continuous production. So it is analogous to that mass production, but what are the difference that you will come to know in characteristics, advantages, disadvantages. So let us discuss. So production facilities are arranged as per the sequence of the production operation from first operation to finished product. Here the production facilities, if first operation it is going for cutting of the job, then second if it is pre-bending, then third it is welding, then fourth it may be drilling, then final it may be assembly, sixth it may be you can say hydro test or any type of test, whatever that, and finish color finishing, then painting operation, then whatever the logo, the stamp and mark is required on that particular product, and then finally to dispatch, whatever the production is there from first to last operation up to finished product, the production facilities are arranged in that sequence. Not a single change is allowed, or not a single change cannot be made in this. So very you can say fixed facilities are there. Then the items are made to flow through the sequence of operation through material handling devices such as conveyor transfer devices. So in mass production, manual interference is there. At the sum of the junction, we have observed that the manual interference is there. But in this case, if you see, then very less manual interference, and the items are made to flow through the sequence of operations, when it will go from first to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and say assume that there are 60 operations, 60. So it will continue to flow in that particular operation series, and when the final product will be there, then it will go for dispatch. And in between, whatever the material handling is required from 1 to 2, or for example 1 to 10 facilities are there, then there is material handling required for the 11th facility. Again 11 to 25 perform in one line, and again there is some more material handling is required. So in this case, the conveyors and the transport devices, they are used. So maximum focus here is on automation. Okay, so example continuous production include automated transfer of machine for production. So in the last mass production, we have seen that manual interference at many of the places. From there may be some of the conveyors or a transfer device, but they are not fully automated. So in this continuous, it includes the automated transfer also. So very less manual interference, wherever the controlling of the machines and controlling of the complete shop is required. For that particular only the manual interference is there, or otherwise the you can say complete or 100% automation is there in continuous production. So this is the major difference in this mass production and continuous production. Let us proceed further. We will see 2-3 examples also, but I will, before that I want to show you the highlights. So here you can see, so these are nothing but the robots, and here you can see, let us assume that any car manufacturing is going on. So every robot, some assigned task is there, and the line is also continuously moving. So for example, let us take, okay, so if you see here that particular this robot, if you see, so what is the task given to that robot of fitting of anything or drilling of anything, so it will accomplish, and automatically the line speed is also adjusted so that the operation of that each robot will get completed, and after that time, for example, let us say 3 minutes, so 3 minutes the line is on stationary, there is no movement, and every robot will complete the assigned task to it, and then the movement will occur, then the next vehicle will come to this way. And let us take any one example. So this robot, again the same operation is performed by that robot, again next after 3 minutes again next vehicle will come, so sensors are there that next vehicle is now okay, and now let us start. So like that the movement, material handling, though there are conveyors and 100% fully automatic, so the time management, that this time is required, this time is required for movement, and this time is required for sensing, and then actual operation need to by that particular robot, and again further this much time is required, so accordingly the time will calculated, and you can see there are many robots performing the different operations. And here, as in mass production, we have seen the interference of human is much more. So here you can see wherever the one of the controller who is observing that everything is going smooth or not, and again there are sensors that anything, if some problem is there, anything wrong is going, then again some sensors and some buzzers and some sirens are given, so that one can easily come to know. The robots can perform welding operations or any fastening, screw operations, painting operations. So these are the different types of operations they can perform, and each robot is performing the different task, and finally the final product, that is complete vehicle, will be as a one product, it will dispatch to customers. So you take the second example here. So again the similar type, again some different types of robots are there, and again each robot is performing some of the operations. Let us take next example. So here also you can see the water bottle manufacturing. So you can again Google it, you will get like this line, many examples where very less human interference is there, and in this case starting from the bottle up to sealing the caps and filling the water, and finally dispatch. So dispatch also in that particular boxes 100% automation. So you can take this as a continuous production. So fully automatic, fully computer controlled with sensors and with robots if required, everything, and only very less interference or negligible interference of one of the or few of the persons who are observing that whether it is doing smoothly or not. So like this many examples you can just Google, and you will come to know that there are different examples where we can find this. Then again you can see the example that in last 6 months or 1 year we are continuously observing one example. So see, this is the example, again fully automatic. So vaccine, you take any vaccine, not only coronavirus, any vaccine manufacturing. So you just Google it, and you will get many of the videos related to this. So no any to avoid contamination and to avoid, so for medical field it is very necessary, but still there from whatever the preparation of solution and filling it into the bottle, and the bottles are packed and finally dispatched. So continuous production is there here and very less human interference is there. It is not the case that any person is coming, filling the whatever the medicine in that particular bottle and then again sealing the cap. No, not at all. So you can observe like this. So what I am trying to highlight here, friends, that we have seen the examples of mass production. I am showing you the examples of continuous production. So you will observe that very less human interference is there. The maximum utilization of robot for all the desired person, desired work is done in this continuous production. And the automated lines, you can see the transfer of material from one robot to another robot, or from one, I will say rather, one location to another location for performing the different operations, for performing the different tasks, is fully automatic through conveyor or through any other material handling mechanism. So this is, we can say about this continuous. Then let us go for the some of the characteristics. So here you can see the characteristics. So the continuous production is used under the following circumstances. So let us see one by one. Dedicated plant and equipment with zero flexibility. Dedicated plant. The plant will manufacture only the water bottle production of 100, or I say 1000 milliliters. Dedicated production. So now the plant is going for 1 liter bottle. Then after 1 month or 8 days, again it will go for 500 ml. Again it will go for some small pouches of 200 ml. Again it will go for 2 liter. Again it will go for 5 liters can. It will not happen. The shop dedicated plant, no any other type of production, and zero flexibility, no flexible at all. If anybody want that, by using the plant, I will manufacture some of the other product which is somewhat similar. No any scope for modification at all. So this is zero flexibility. So whatever examples just now we have seen. So if any car is manufacturing, and if you will say that this is for this type of car, and I will manufacture the another different type of car with that particular plant, no, very less chances. And again, if I will use the same facility and I will go for two-wheeler, again not possible at all. Whatever the vaccine plant is there, whatever it is for dedicated for a particular type of vaccine, anyone can change whatever the material is filled inside that vaccine, but the automation or the physical part is different. So the same bottles can be filled with different vaccinations, but the whatever the vaccination plant, it will remain. So it will not that now vaccination over, let us go for some liquid medicines bottles. No. So these are the some desired features. So that is why it is mentioned dedicated. Dedicated means it will fabricate only, manufacture only that particular part. No any other production is possible. And zero flexibility, this is very important. No any flexibility at all. In batch production, we can go for some of the flexibility. So here zero flexibility at all. Then material handling is fully automated. In mass production, there are some of the many chances that the material by using man and by using semi-automated. But here the material handling is fully automated by using the conveyors and other mechanisms. So from one station to another station, after a certain time, whatever desired, as per the requirement, as per the time required for that particular operation. So it is fully automated material handling. The process flows a predetermined sequence of operations. So if you see predetermined sequence, so first will be this operation, second will be this operation, third will be this operation. So whatever the chassis will be there, for example, let us take any example of any two-wheeler. The chassis will be there, then assembly will start, and then body will be there, then seats are there, then top cover may be there, then painting may be there. Sequence may be different. I am for just your understanding purpose, I am giving you the examples. For the bottle manufacturing plant is different, and bottle filling plant is different, for example. So bottle manufacturing, bottles are already manufactured, the bottles will continuously move further, And if the bottle manufacturing plant is also included, then this type of bottles are manufactured. It will move further, then it will go for filling the water in it, and then you will see that the cap is sealed, and then whatever the some of the, you can say that it is of Bisleri company, it is of Aquafina. So what is required for this, the labeling part, and when it is manufactured for some of the products, that expiry, and when it is manufactured, or whatever the batch it is, some ISI marks and some standard things are required to put on that particular bottle, then it will put. Similar case for that medicine also, similar case for in automobile also. So it is a complete dedicated plant with zero flexibility, and the sequence is also predetermined, no change in sequence at any cost. So then the component materials cannot be readily identified with final product. So see here, component materials cannot be readily identified with final product. Whatever the final product and whatever the components that are used, you cannot identify. The final product you can identify. Planning and scheduling is a routine action. So here it is not the case that let us load the job on drilling machine for 5 minutes, then it will go to lathe machine, and then it will go to again milling machine. So what are the different jobs available for lathe machine, and what is for what time the lathe machine is idle? No. Let it be CNC. I am giving just two examples. So here the planning and scheduling, whatever the planning, because the sequence is fixed. Therefore, just a time calculation, that speed of that particular flow of line for these many minutes, it will stop at this particular junction. For these many minutes, it will stop at this particular junction, and like this. So planning and scheduling is a routine action, and it will again somewhat simple or easy as compared to other cases. Then what are the advantages? So as far as this system is concerned, so if you see the advantages, standardization of product and process sequence. So as there is no flexibility at all as far as the sequence is concerned, as far as the product is concerned, it is not the case that you are manufacturing one type of bottle and immediately you go for that 200 ml bottle, and immediately then 10 liters can and 30 liters can is manufactured on the same line. No. If the line is designed for 1 liter bottle, the plant is dedicated for 1 liter bottle, it will manufacture 1 liter bottle only. So the standardization of product, that these are standard products and these are manufactured in that particular plant, and process sequence also standardized. This is the advantage. Higher rate of production and reduced cycle time. Definitely in job order production, the different backtracking is there, and the job will come to that machine many times, and no any standard routing is there. Material handling is also not automated. As this is in continuous production, 100% material handling is automated. The cycle time is reduced as 100% automation is there. Therefore, high rate of production rate is very high. Then higher capacity utilization due to line balancing. There are different lines. For example, one is the let us take automobile example, the chassis, the body building, and after body, then it will go to painting. The painting line is different. Like these different lines are there. So balance of all. It is not the case that all things are ready and now 1000 vehicles are waiting for painting line. No, it will not happen. 1000 lines are waiting for painting line, and after painting again dispatch whatever the additional features or accessories are required that are fitted by some of the robots, again 500 are waiting. No, balance means what are the time required for different lines, accordingly it is calculated, and no any idle time and no any backtracking is also there, that it will come to this and again it will go back, no concept, only move forward and finally dispatch. So higher capacity utilization, whatever machines are there in the plant, utilization is at the highest or peak level. Manpower is not required for material handling, and it is completely automatic. Manpower is required in some of the cases for controlling, some of the cases for observation, but no manpower is required for handling purpose, material handling purpose. And I have given you some example in which you can clear cut observe that material handling is completely automatic in this continuous type of production. Then person with limited skill can be used on production line. Now let us see, we have seen that there are many robots. Still, if the person interference is there, no skill is required because he has to just observe and just to press buttons. 100% that is you can say automatic is there, and less chance of that persons to use the skills. Whatever the desired operations are there, they will be performed. Just the skill is required to start, stop, and if anything is going wrong, they observe. So limited skill, not highly skilled, is required for this. Unit cost is lower due to higher volume of production. See, as the product is standard, process sequence is standard, high rate of production is there, cycle time is less, capacity utilization is more, less skilled operator is required. So by using all this, and material handling automatic, so as effect of all of this, you can say that here in this case, unit cost, as an effect of this, unit cost is lower due to higher volume of production. That the production of this 10,000 liters of bottle, or you can say in vaccination, you might have heard that the vaccination plant is having the capacity to produce 20,000 per day, like that 6 lakh bottles or 10 lakh per month, or you can say 50 lakhs also, depending upon the capacity. So very higher volume of production. There are again some limitations. So as it is having advantages, there are some limitations also. So let us discuss about the limitations. Flexibility to accommodate and process number of product does not exist. So here you can see very less flexible. I have given you idea that one product is going manufactured, and if we want to go for any other product, then there are very less chances that it will manufactured. Once that it is dedicated process, so one product is there, and that one product will continuously manufacture. So there are no chance that changing the process and let us go for any other product. I have given you the example. So let us go for any other product and let us start. So dedicated plant is there. If any one plant is manufacturing, let us take example of that say Ciaz. So Maruti Suzuki, that Ciaz. So that will not manufacture Alto. The complete setup is different, the requirement is different, the design features are different, and the complete vehicle is different. So, and again, if you want to for any SUV, like again different, or you can say Brezza. So it is not the case. Let us manufacture 10 Brezza. Let us manufacture 20 Ciaz, and after that, let us manufacture 50 Alto or whatever K10, whatever the or Wagoner. It is not the case. So, though the company is manufacturing all these, they are having different units. And it is not the case that one product of this can manufacture, one product of that line can be manufactured. This is not feasible in this particular continuous type of production. Very high investment for setting flow lines. As we are saying, the flow is 100% automatic, then less skilled manpower is required. But as for execution, for investment, whatever the line flows are there, using of the robots, and they will automatically, the material will transfer, and it will the job will get accomplished. For completing or accomplishing all these type of tasks, very high investment is required for setting the flow lines. So whatever the flow lines are mentioned, very high investment is required. Product differentiation is limited. I have given you idea that by using this any one plant, or by using this, for example, job order production, depending upon the order, the shop can manufacture different variety also. In mass production, some of the chances are there, but in continuous production differentiate due to this limitation. It is not the case that Maruti Suzuki is having 100 types of or 150 type of vehicles. Very limited range. In the small car, whatever type is there, then in sedan, again, that Ciaz different category, and then in that Brezza related different category. So you take any example, let it be Maruti, let it be Honda, or let it be any other company, Toyota. So you take just example, there are limited ranges and varieties available because this product differentiation, and they are manufacturing to continuous line. Therefore, they cannot go for let us manufacture 100 this type, then let us 50 for that type and 150 for that type. No flexibility is there. Therefore, it cannot be accomplished at one production line. So this is about, friends, the continuous production. So let us have a review Okay, so friends, let us have a review. So we have completed the chapter. So let us have a review. Then I will give you some idea about this MCQs and then assignment also. So I will take a fast recap. Okay, we have started this production and operation management. Chapter number 1, Introduction to Production and Operation Management, POM. In this chapter, we have to cover the definition of the POM, objective, scope and history, then manufacturing system and their types. Okay, so very first we have discussed about the production. Then what it would be has given the concept about production. Then objective of production management. Then there is history. We have discussed what is production system. Then what are the different characteristics of production system that we have discussed. And by taking the example that how a production system is there, we have taken the example of this box manufacturing, starting from the wood up to the complete box dispatch that we have discussed. Then we have discussed about what is the operation and what is the operation management. Then definition of POM, production and operation management. Then the history we have discussed from 1776 up to 1980, that what are the different stages, historical evolution in this production and operation management. Then what are the functions? The functions categorized in two categories, that the activities required to convert the available capital to physical resources. One, that creation of resources, and by using the resources, creation of goods and services or saleable product. This we have discussed. Then we have discussed about the scope for production management. There are two types of decisions. Operation level decisions are taken, and again strategic level decisions are taken. So we have discussed in detail what are the different strategic decisions. Strategic, it may be in years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years plan. And operation decisions, production planning, master producing and scheduling also. So it may be decisions required after 1 hour, in week, days, or in some of the cases in month also. Then we have discussed about the types of production. So here types of production. So there are 3 different types we have discussed. So first type is make to stock production, make to order production, and assemble to order production. So these are the different 3 types that we have discussed. Then we have in detail discussed that what is make to stock. Why I am taking this revision, it is very important. We are going for one case study, and for this case study, these 3 systems are required. So make to stock, the finished goods products are in inventory for immediate shipment. Then we have discussed different shelf that of bearings and whatever garments and bolts, television, mobile, etc. So they are already available. Then second, we have discussed about this make to order. So until and unless order is given, this will not manufacture. So we have discussed here the pressure vessels and the very large containers, and then you can say these boilers, then these nuclear products and products required for space, etc., etc. And then we have discussed the advantages when it is required and what are the pros and cons. Then we have discussed about the assemble to order. So here are the different things required for assembly, they are made, but assembly is not done until and unless there is order. Then we have gone for a comparison based on these 8 different pointers between make to order, then assemble to order, and very first stock, make to stock. These 3 things we have discussed. Then we have discussed about this classification of this production system. So job shop production is there, batch production is there, mass production is there, and continuous production is there. So any production system, depending upon the production operation volume, each system having characteristics as product variety and operation volume. Job shop production having variety more, but very less volume is there. And the other case, here you can see the continuous production. So variety is very less or negligible or no, but very higher volume is there. So this you can see. Then we have discussed the characteristics, when to use, advantages and disadvantages of job shop production, batch type production, mass production, and continuous production. And now, friends, let us. These are this mass production. I have given you the example, and today I have explained you that what is the difference between this mass and continuous type production also. So let us have a discussion for 2-3 minutes related to objective type questions, and then we will discuss about the first, you can say, I will not call it as the assignment, we will call it as the case study, and it is very interesting part. So the father of scientific management is, so here you can say the father of scientific management. So F.W. Taylor. So you can see the father of scientific management. Then if you go to next, here you can see second we can see the person who introduced the standardize of interchangeable parts. Here you refer history. So there are chances that objective type part can be used. So here you can refer history. So the answer is Eli Whitney. So here, this is the answer that you can see, the person who gone for interchangeable parts. So like this, you can go for. Then next part is, next point is which is not objective of the production management. See, manufacturing cost, it is the ultimate objective of production management. Quality of the product is also production management. Then manufacturing time scheduling is also comes under the production management. Sales forecasting, so this is not the part of production management. So it is not the ultimate objective. So sales forecast, it will be done by marketing person. So and it is not directly under the production management. So it is not the objective as sales forecasting or production management. So above three are right, but fourth is not objective. So your answer will be sales forecasting is not the ultimate objective of production management. Ultimate mentioned there. And then job shop production system is characterized by job shop. Just we have discussed first type. So high variety of production, low volume, less variety, high volume, high variety, high volume, low variety, low volume. So in job shop production, very less variety is there. In job shop production, no, high variety is there and volume is less. So I have given you the example that any company is manufacturing a boiler. So depending upon the requirement, that job order production will go and manufacture the whatever the boiler is required for that particular company. So here, higher variety, the same company can manufacture different type of pressure vessel. It can manufacture a boiler, it will manufacture Horton spear, or it will manufacture the different things related to this boiler, heat exchanger, pressure vessel. So a large variety is there, but volume is less. That one boiler, the company will say we require 6 months or 1 year also. So here, high variety with lowest volume. This is the options. Then you can see the mass production. So mass production is having large volume of production, right? Special purpose machine, again right. Balance production line, again right. So you here you can choose the option as all of the above. Okay, now let us discuss. This is very interesting part. I will give you 2 to 3 examples, and you should complete this. So case study 1, categorize the any 6 industries which you have visited or known by production type and production of system. So see here, production type and production of system. So here, make to stock, make to order, assemble to order, first category. And second, job type, batch type, mass production, and continuous. So let us have examples. You have visited. So according to me, if we consider this pandemic in second year semester 1, you might have visited during your industrial visit 2-3 industries, and in second year semester 2 also. Fortunately, you have visited 1 or 2 industries, and after that pandemic started. This is part number 1. Part number 2, it is not always the case that visited. You take 1 or 2 examples that you have visited and 3-4 examples that you are knowing. So second part you can take, you have gone for many of the no, all of you have gone for the vocational implant training of 1 month. So if you have gone for example, a small scale industry, we will take Lina manufacturing, or if you have gone for Kothari pipes, whatever work is there. So there are some examples I am giving. Then you have to categorize in these two cases. So you will say, sir, how to categorize? I will give you 2-3 examples. So if you have visited, for example, let us take example of Kothari pipes. So you just see under which category to make to stock, make to order, make to assemble. So this comes under make to stock. It is not the case that someone give order to Kothari pipe that we want this 100 pipes of this. Then Kothari pipe will say that, okay, wait for some days. Now your order is received. We will start manufacturing and we will give it to you. In some of the cases, it may be happening, but they are now knowing that in this, depending upon the season, that now this is the rainy season and which type of pipes will be sold more. There are two types, ISI and non-ISI. So which of the different farmers, so there are different categories in the dyes and molds also. And why I am saying batch type, it is not the case that they are manufacturing only one side, maybe 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, up to 6 inch. Then may be manufacturing some of the elbows like this. So for this manufacturing of different pipes, again different dyes are used. So they are going for maybe 15 days, let us go for, or 10 days, let us go for the 1 inch pipe fabrication and manufacturing. So this is the category make to stock. And second category, second that system, you can say production type is batch type. So it is not job type also, it is not mass production also. They are going for variety. You just take the product. So this is example number 1. Example number 2, I have given you the example where I have worked for 5 years, that Walchanagar Industries Limited, Walchanagar. So now if you see, there are different divisions. The sugar plant is there. They are a turnkey project. So starting from putting the sugar cane up to the this manufacturing, and you will get the final product as sugar. The complete plant they will give it to you. You just show the land where to locate the plant, and they will give it to plant. Cement also turnkey project, starting from raw material of sugar, and then different kilns and mills and whatever the shells are required, and finally they will give you the final cement in the bags required. So this is turnkey project, complete project they will give. Then different types of gearboxes for nuclear industry, nuclear different submarines. Then very high gearboxes for sugar industry. So they are not manufacturing very small gear, and very high capacity and large gearboxes they are manufacturing at Walchanagar industry. Then there is a boiler division, different types of boiler, mainly for sugar, then any for fertilizer industry, then any for chemical industry, like this. Then centrifugal division is there. So centrifugal is one of the part required for sugar industry. So they are manufacturing different types of centrifugals also. And apart from this, they are having 2-3 different sections, that defense is there, aerospace is there, and nuclear is there. In nuclear, the different products required for Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Bharatiya Navikiya, Vidyut Nigam, these are made. In aerospace, they are making the different products for ISRO or Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, and GSLV, PSLV, Polar Satellite Launching Vehicle, or Geosynchronous Satellite Launching Vehicle, and having the different diameter motors they are making. And then if you go for defense, then some of the customer is DRDO or DRDL, Defense Research and Development Lab or organization. And again, the different products, if you just visit the site of that Walchanagar industry, you will come to know they are having different products. So see here, no production is standardized. And in between, you might have heard the news on YouTube or in television also, that they have developed the 10 oxygen plant. Number is not mandatory, different oxygen plant. Now see, here before in the history, not a single oxygen plant is manufactured by Walchanagar, but as need arises, and depending upon the order, they have manufactured the oxygen plant also. So see here, this is the job type production. And again, here make to order. First order will come that we want this. Then they will study, they will start, and they will work. So this is second industry. Job type we have seen. Then second we have seen. Third, you take any sugar industry in our case, in our area. Let you take Vitthal Sugar, you take any of the, or Sripur, you take any example. So here mass production is there. So that sugar is continuously, but the automation is not 100%. Any that workers are handling the 100 kg of that sugar bagged. In Marathi, you can call it as pot. मग त्यात पोती उचलण्यासाठी माणसं वेगळे, मटेरियल हँडलिंगसाठी माणसं वेगळे. सो इट इज नॉट फुल्ली ऑटोमेटेड. So it is the mass type production is there, but automation is less and human interference is more. So I will categorize as mass production. It will come, and again it will make to stock is there. It is not the case that let someone ask sugar, I want 100 kg sugar, then the cumulative order will be given to sugar industry. Okay, this the year you have to manufacture, for example, 5,000 ton, and then they will manufacture. No, irrespective of order, the sugar industry, they are manufacturing the sugar. So this what I want to highlight here, that I have given you one example of job type, one example of batch type, one example of mass production. In the similar way, the similar industries, I have given you the examples of make to order and make to assemble, you can say, or make to stock, you can say. So like this, you can take many examples in the industry near. For example, many of our students are visiting the Lina industries in Solapur. You can visit and you can see there are general purpose machines. So I can categorize that make to order. Very first they will receive order and then they will complete the task. And again, job order production, whatever the order, if we will say that our college wants this type and this type and this type of job, 100 quantity we want, and raw material you purchase and give it to us, or otherwise raw material we will give you, just to go for processing and finishing. So that again, Lina industry, again you can see the different product variety, and you can say that it is job order production and it is make to order. They will take first order and then they will go for completion of that order. So try to understand these are different examples I am giving. So in the similar way, so you will write here case study 1, and you will write the question and justify your answer. Means, for example, industry number 1, Lina industries, or whatever that engineering works, Lina engineering works, Hodgi Road, Solapur. Then you will write the products, what they are manufacturing, and then you will mention that it is make to order. When they will reach order, they will go for it, and they are having general purpose machines and different products they are manufacturing as per the customer requirement. Therefore this is job type production. In second example, you take one of the small scale industry. I will give you that Tejaswini plastics is there in that Solapur MIDC only. Then Kothari pipes is there. So you just visit, you will get the different variety. Then you can call it as this batch type production. And then again, you can say that it is make to stock. It is not the case that first order will reach you, then stock will be generated. Not at all. So you will write that Kothari Industries Limited or whatever, that Mohol, and then you will write it as the different products manufactured by them, and at the seen the variety, and this it is the best type of production. If you go somewhat detail, you will come to know, and then you can say that it is make to stock. So as per the requirement, just we can say immediately Kothari pipes will deliver. In some of the cases, it may happen that no, now this pipe is not in stock, we have to manufacture. But it is not always the case that anyone will give order. Any farmer will give order to any of the wholesaler or retailer, and he will contact Kothari pipes. Okay, we want this type, and then they will manufacture. Not at all. So these are the some examples I am giving you, so that you can write. For example, categorize the industries that you know visited. Okay, you just write down industry categorization by production type and production of system. Okay, and then you will write industry number 1, the location, what are the products, and then you will say it is either job type, batch type, mass type, continuous, or second, no, this is one type, and second it is a make to stock, make to order, and assemble to order, in which category it is fixing. So for your understanding purpose, I have given you the example of Walchanagar Industries Limited, Kothari Pipes, then Lina Industries Solapur. So you can just Google, and similar things you apply for Precision Camshaft, similar things you apply for LHP and any other industries, and similar things you apply for any of the automotive sector in Pune, in Bosri MIDC. So you take whatever the different companies known to you, and you can apply the principles like the 6 industries. This is your case study type 1. And again, it will be helpful also. I just giving you some of the assignment question and writing. Rather than this is the realistic study, and it will definitely help you to all. So I think that here our chapter number 1 is over. I have shown you the bits also, and I have shown you what contents we have covered. Then we have discussed about this your case study 1. Submit it within next week. Within 8 days you can submit. I will share a link with folder Google form for submitting this, and take 1 or 2 days more. So I will not say within 1-2 days. You take complete 1 week. and you submit, but try to complete the task honestly. It will means that this is the, I can say, what knowledge you have learned in this chapter 1, and this is the real implementation of this knowledge, so that I can say the students are able to interpret the industry by type of production and production system. Students are able to analyze. Students, I mean, interpret means on your own you are saying that this industry of this type and this outcome which we will achieve. Okay, so anyone from this okay, just okay, chapter number 1 understood. Any problem as far as the speed of teaching and anything is concerned? Is it required to reduce still more? So any one or two students fast. Everything understood? Yes or no? And shall we move for chapter number 2 in next lecture fast? Otherwise, then I have to take name. What I will do now, I will take the screenshots of this participant for attendance purpose, and then we will stop. Thank you.